I mean, some people looking back at it, I mean, you do have like at the time I was really upset. I was like really upset. I was angry. I was upset, and I was like, why did they have to die? And I was really angry. But I mean, looking back at it, you know, from the perspective of now to back then, I mean, when you think about it, it is kind of ridiculous because I mean, nobody like I am Lucifer Star, creator of 800 Galaxies, and I don't like to say, oh, it's an honor to die at my feet. It's like, no, it really wasn't. But I mean, those people should know that it wasn't a normal situation. Like most people go to war, it's like, France versus whatever. No, I mean, this was, they were dying facing the creator, Lucifer Star, me. I mean, I could do things like and like I say, we warned them beforehand. We were like, you should turn your. They didn't think that they didn't really understand. So, and I understand that too. Like a lot of people would be very confused after the fact, and I want those people to know that, you know, it wasn't a normal situation where that most people would be facing every day, and I wasn't showing off. I just, like I said, these people weren't going to stop killing. These people weren't going to stop torturing women. They were very bad, horrible people, and it was just time. So, anyway, and yeah, they actually, those people could know that, yeah, it was me, Lucifer Star. And I pulled out my whole fleet. Like every ship I owned was literally riding to war. We used the Spanish galleons, we used the aircraft, we used everything. We pulled from the factories. We were pulling from the factories, not like I say. Most people were like, we didn't know people had that much equipment. It's like, yeah, we were pulling from the factories, and that's why. So, and we were hiring we were giving everyone tanks and everything. So because we were cleaning the planet up. So, and it was like 1920, and it was me. So anyway, and yeah, I mean, people would describe the next day as basically being, it just, the world felt different. And it's like, yeah, well, it probably would because, we took out hundreds or thousands of really bad people. The worst of the worst, basically. Anyway, so. Apparently they had done some really bad things to get where they were. So. Anyway, and I was just finishing. I was cleaning it up because, like I said, they kept on killing my investigators. And it was a really weird situation afterwards because these cops were like, well, normally they bribe us, but I guess that's going to end. I was like, yeah, probably, but I'll give you a raise. So I actually ended up giving everyone a raise. And that's another thing. Like normally one or two cops get ridiculous bribes. So what I actually did is I actually gave everyone a raise and then just, included as part of whatever, because normally they get bribes and then they might share or they might not share, but instead, so I just gave everyone a raise because I was like, well, instead of you getting the money, we're going to give the police department the money, so you're all going to get better equipment and you're also going to get more pay. So because we're including the drug operation into the actual payroll of everything. So like I said, it was a very, very, very surreal moment in time and space. Like 1920, nobody will. That moment will never happen again. But to those people who were wondering what was going on and why it was going on, well, yeah, this is what was actually going on, and this is why it was different because it was me, and they died. I can say that they died gloriously. I mean, as far as I know, everyone. I mean, and it was filmed and everything, so. And I don't want to say like, oh, yeah, prosperity. It's like, no, I actually wanted them to give up. I wanted them to stop. I just wanted that one guy. Like the one guy that was up in that safety house. I wanted him. And we tried to make him understand that he can't be killing people like that and that he needed to stop, and he just wouldn't stop. So that, it wasn't even a choice for me. We had to attack. And some people said, yeah, we did have to do this. It's like, oh yeah, good. Because I wanted my own assurances. I was like, tell me we got the right guy. Tell me this was worth it. Investigate until you get all the evidence and we know for sure that this had to happen because, I mean, thousands of people died in this. And I was actually attacking my own country. Like my Germany. I was attacking my own Germany. So I was already upset. I was already like, this is gonna, a lot of people are gonna die here. So you better, I was like, you better tell me that this was worth it. This better be right. Because if it's not, I just put one of my countries against one of my other countries and took out my own country. So, so that's why I was really so fussy. I was like, tell me that this is right, and then we will do it, and it's going to be bad. It's going to be bloody, and I'm taking out my own country here. Like I would, when I was talking to my own people, I was like, do you realize what we're doing, what we're about to do? Like, so I want to know that this is the guy. And so that's why I say there was a 5-year investigation beforehand. There was a 3-year investigation afterwards, because I was like, this better have been real. So because like a lot of people died taking those beaches, but like I say, 3 people had gone missing. 3 of my investigators had gone missing beforehand. There were people that were kidnapped. There were women that were giving, they would have to give sex and drugs to these people and do things for these people. And like I say, we killed them in the warehouse. We killed all these people, and they were like, we don't really know. And the women were like, you killed the guy. So I was like, well, you're self-employed now. You don't have to answer to anyone. It's a new day. I was like, it's a new day for you, because no, and no, you can basically keep the money or spend the money or give it to whatever, because I was like, I was kind of in a new situation, because I was like, well, I mean, yes, I'm a person, yes, I'm a guy, but like, I don't really do that kind of stuff. Like, I am an inventor, not a, not a pimp. So they were self-employed, and I was like, well, you just go ahead and keep that money, or whatever, do whatever you're going to do, because, I'm not really involved in that. So, because they're like, well, because they're like, well, who should we do? And I was like, well, you're going to have to figure it out, because, I was just the guy that killed your boss, or the pimp. So, like, I killed the main guy in the safety house, and then I killed all his sub people all the way down to, but I wasn't attacking women, so I was like, well, you won't be seeing him anymore. So, and there were other people that just went to jail, because it's like, we took out the docks. We hit the docks. We hit everything. We were killing world leaders right and left. So, because these people were mass murderers. They were really horrible people. They were like holding down everyone, and like I hit the one, and like I say, people were coming to me saying, well, we want to take out this other person, because while we're doing this, so we can have it completely done, because they had been wanting to hit this other person, but because if they hit this person, that person was going to hit them, and they're like, since we already got it started, I was like, yeah, okay, yeah, let's go ahead and do that. So it was like this world, like everyone was like, it's like, yeah, well, it was a different day. It was a strange time. That's what was actually happening. People would be spending the rest of their life wondering what was going on. And I was sitting there going, tell me that this is right. Tell me that these people really have to die. Tell me that I'm not just attacking my own country and taking out my own people. So, but it had been years since I was there. So anyway, but yeah, that's what was happening.